All right, let's get it. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen this interview with Tucker Carlson and Kanye West and Candace Owens. I'm gonna let this video play. I'm gonna give my commentary on it because I think this video is it's a fucking trip, man.
Kanye West, now Ye, was not the only person wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt at the Paris Fashion Week. His friend and our friend Candace Owens was standing right next to him. So we asked West what that whole thing was like, and here's what he told us.
The more and more I lean into God and work for God, the more wins God is going to bestow on our team.
Let me stop right there. I need for you guys to understand this with the utmost clarity. When these celebrities talk about how they want to thank God for helping them with this movement or helping them win this Oscar or this Grammy or whatever the fuck it is that they're doing, they are not talking about the God of the scriptures. They are not talking about the God of the Bible. They are talking about the God of the entertainment industry being Pan. These celebrities, regardless of status, they adhere to the ways of the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system, and the Most High is not dealing with these people in any righteous sense at all. Period. And this dude Kanye West is a damn bug on of himself. Like, this dude is like the Kyrie Irving of the music industry. His ideologies and his beliefs, they literally change every 2 years. All right? And Kanye West, he's probably under the MK programming too, allegedly. Allegedly. But if so, his handlers are having a fucking field day with this dude, bro. Like, this dude, he's clearly not right in the head, man.
Jesus gang. And for me to go out and just state an obvious and empathetic statement in the middle of the most liberal central, like to go, that was like Tiananmen Square or something, right? I was like, with Candace Owens, and we both wore the shirt at the same time. You know, we got some Jesus soldiers out here, and people say they're willing to die for it, but we live for it. We're living for the battle. And what's the battle for? Life itself, our children.
Like Tiananmen Square, Ye West, Candace Owens standing there in front of the tank, which is international media. Candace Owens is the host of the podcast Candace, and she joins us tonight. Candace, thanks so much for coming on. So why did you do that? You did it together. And what do you think of the response? Why can't you do that?
Well, I just want to say it was one of the only weeks that I missed doing your show. And the only reason I would miss doing your show, Tucker, is because I knew that there was a cultural moment that would be so significant as this was. You know, I did it because Kanye called me and he said that he needed me to be there at the show and he needed me to be a part of the show. And when he told me what he had in mind and wearing these T-shirts, which, by the way, he told me the day of, I instantly understood what he was trying to do and what the artistic expression was. What it offered was a stunning commentary on the hypocrisy of the society that we live in. For years, we were...
That's not no stunning commentary. You just want an excuse to coon it up in public. Let's just be real.
told that Black Lives Matter was not an exclusionary phrase. We were told that it's just what we're saying. We're not trying to leave white people out, right? We're just saying this because this is a moment that Black Americans need to have in this country. They were totally fine when Asian Lives Matter became a slogan as well. Asians, by the way, are doing better in this country economically than white Americans. They're more successful in education as well, and they're more likely to get credit cards, as just one example. And yet, despite all of that, it was okay to say Asian Lives Matter. We put on a T-shirt to actually do something that was inclusive, to say, actually, white Americans, you are allowed to be a part of this too, because literally all lives matter. And in fact...
Let me stop right there. She sounds like a fucking globalist saying this shit too. That sounds like globalist rhetoric. These mainstream conservatives that get plastered in the media and the TV, their sentiments, they sound like liberals. Their sentiments are that of liberals. Okay? And another sentiment you often hear mainstream conservatives speak in existence is, oh, I don't care whether you're black, I don't care whether you're white, brown, yellow, together we can band together, join as one, fight against the government and rebel against the system and all that other stupid ass shit. Right? You hear conservatives say that shit. These liberals and conservatives, they're literally two sides of the same devil. Okay? but the only difference is like these conservatives are really they're really covert on their globalism. Like you got to have a keen ear and actually slow down and actually take the time to really break down what they're saying. All right, they're just not as blatant with it.
No lives have been mattering. Black Americans are suffering as a result because of Black Lives Matter. We know that their neighborhoods have been rioted in inner city communities, and the businesses are moving out of there. The result of Black Lives Matter has been white supremacy, assuming that Black Americans were stupid and emotional and would loot and riot their own communities to fulfill a false narrative about policing. And so we got to say all of that by wearing one T-shirt.
It's just so interesting. I mean, if you're triggered, as they say, by a shirt like that, no one who is mad about it ever seemed to ask, like, why? What if it said Malaysian lives matter, or anybody? You would, a normal person would say, well, of course, all lives matter, but like, why does this make them so mad? It's weird and dark.
It makes them so mad because there is actually in this country a hatred toward white people. It is undeniable. The worst thing that you can be in this country, far from what they're telling you, I would say two things. First and foremost, a black child in the womb of its mother. That is the most unsafe place for a black child to be. The second...
Hold on right quick. What she's saying is true, but here's the issue with it. She's using these truths to justify herself switching to the other side, switching to the other nation, specifically so-called white people, for her salvation. She's using certain truths or certain negative truths about the black community as a means of justifying herself and playing the other side. All right, two wrongs don't make a right. Okay, that's her problem. But what she's saying is it's true. The most dangerous place for a black person to be is the mother of a so-called black woman, because black women, they have their rates of abortion, I'm not gonna lie, they're astronomically high. Like, they've aborted so many babies over the past 50 years. Like, I say ever since the feminist movement came into fruition, they've aborted so many babies. Like, bro, like, the amount of babies that were aborted, that's enough to build a fucking army, bro. Straight up. Okay. Let's continue on.
Thing is a white straight male, right? Because they perceive that place for a black child to be. The second thing is a white straight male, right? Because they perceive that as being too normal, right? It's too normal for you to be a white straight male. You need to make yourself somehow problematized by saying that you're trans, that you're suffering, that you're gay, that you're Hispanic, that you have a biracial mother, something. People are dying to say that they're anything but being white. And again, that is the commentary that we offer by wearing these shirts. You actually cannot right now, today on TikTok, you cannot use the hashtag White Lives Matter because they say that it inspires hatred. And in fact, banning hashtag White Lives Matter is what inspires hatred. The saddest part of this, Tucker, which I want to add, is that after wearing the shirt and getting back here down in Tennessee, I went to a farmer's market and I had white people coming up to me with tears in their eyes. And I told Kanye this, tears in their eyes, saying, thank you so much, as if they're the forgotten people, for just allowing us to have our voices back. They've been sitting in silence, completely sidelined, told that they are not allowed to be American because there's a vicious narrative around that somehow black Americans are suffering from policing and therefore white lives can't matter. They do. It's obvious. Kanye was correct.
Yeah, I don't know why people...
Her endeavors are really just vain. In the grand scheme of things, if you want to look at it from a spiritual perspective, it's really just judgment at the end of the day. All right, that's the reason why so-called white people are facing the heat, facing such heat and such scrutiny over their existence, is really just the Most High cursing them. As a matter of fact, after I finish this video, we can get a scripture on that.
Put up with it. I mean, no group, no matter what they look like or what they believe, should put up with being singled out on the basis of immutable characteristics. There should be zero tolerance for that. And yet there's enormous, as you said, enforced tolerance of it. It should stop now. I agree.
All right, I'm done with this video. Let's pull up the scripture right quick. Deuteronomy 30, chapter 7. All right. And Yahweh your power will put all these curses upon your enemies and on them that hate you, which persecuted you. And then get another one. This is Deuteronomy 7, 22 and 23. And Yahweh your power will put out those nations before you, little by little. You may not thou may not consume them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon you. But Yahweh your power shall deliver them unto you, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction until they be destroyed. I'm gonna go back to Deuteronomy 30 and 7. I'm gonna read this one more time. And the Most High, Yahweh your power, will put all these curses upon your enemies, on them that hate you, which persecuted you. So that's the reason why white people are getting treated like niggas. All right, the shit that they did to us is going to happen to them double fold. Matter of fact, triple fold. No, not even triple fold. Fuck, I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. But that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm gonna get another scripture to it. Revelation 13 and 10. Pretty sure you brothers know this. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So they got these so-called white people, man. That they got they haven't seen affliction yet, man. And this bitch Candace Owens, she's really fine. She's really fighting a vain fight. All that pandering is not going to stop judgment. Okay. Proverbs 11 and 21. Though joined hand in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And that's all there is to it. All right. No amount of pandering or no amount of cooning is going to stop what the Most High has set. All right. These Edomites got hell coming. All right. And you motherfuckers that have a problem with that shit, hey, you gotta take that up with the Most High, all right? So peace.